Hello, Ralph Davella back. Today I want to talk about preparing your chops before a gig. So there are things that I do. I like to show you what I do to get ready for a job, the most efficient way and best way that I think, and hopefully you'll like it and maybe you can use some of the things that I do. So let me show you what we're going to be talking about today. Well, let's see, here we go. So preparing the chops for the gig, I do the 6 notes. I do spider webs down, which I'm going to show you what everything is. It's all in I have it all in, most of these exercises are in the book, so I'll show you out of my book. Octave slurs, harmonics, harmonic glissandos, the tongue warm-up exercise that's based off the 6 notes. So let's get started and I'll show you these exercises. We'll play some of them together also just to give you an idea how I do them. Okay. Out of my book, let me show you the first exercise that we're going to do. If you have my book, you can open it up, or if not, you can go to my videos, and I have these exercises on my videos. The first one is called the 6 notes, of course. So these are the 6 notes, and let me show them to you. It's G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and C. So you don't need to have these in front of you to play them. If you remember the rules of playing these 6 notes to warm up, you're going to be playing G for 2 beats, G for 2 beats, and G for 4 beats. Do the same thing with the G sharp, the A sharp, the B, and the C. But it's important, these rules of how to play these things are very important. So if you want to read these rules, I think you should do that. So let me show them to you. And again, you can go to my on YouTube, Ralph Davella, and type in the 6 notes, and this will all come up. All right, so most important things about warming up, for the warm up on the 6 notes, we're going to play piano. We're going to play them softly, not real soft, but definitely on the softer side, and tap our foot 4 beats before we start playing it, and then we're going to play it twice. So that would be the 6 notes. I don't think we need to play that together. You know what they are, and if you don't know what they are, just go to my 6 note exercise. 2. The spider webs down. Alright, so I got spider webs down in the book on page 6. We're gonna start with the G, and right underneath that is the spider webs up. But we don't. You can do them in your warm up or not. I rather not at this point, because the idea is just to get the lips playing, buzzing, ear working. So on this, we start with the G again, and we keep working down, as you can see by looking at the music. So you can either write this down if you like, or just pause it, play the music on the, with the pause, so you can read it. All right, so that's the spider webs down. Now the purpose of this is to get a steady airflow, and you're always starting on the G. I think we'll play a little of this, and the purpose of always starting on the G is because Carmen Caruso believed that was the basis of where all notes come from, starting on the G and working your way up or down from that. And if you wanted to do things in one setting without having to change your embouchure. So that was his basic starting point all the time. And if you, instead of like just starting on a low note, which sometimes you may manipulate your embouchure a little bit, or a high note, the G he thought was the most natural note to start with all the time. So let's play the spider webs down, starting on the G. Let's play a little bit so you can hear what that sounds like. And also, when you're doing this, after you play it once, if you want to play it again, if you had trouble with any of the lower notes going down, you can stick with the lower note until it comes out nicely. Now let's play it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now if you, let's say you don't like the way that D came out, you can just keep playing it. I listen to if it's in tune or not, adjust it, and continue. Alright, so that's the idea of it. You're working your way down. You can do it once, you can do it again, because it's not taxing your lips, and you're not putting any pressure on to play these. You're just getting your lips vibrating, and it's getting the nice sound of all those notes going down from G down to the next lower G. Alright, so that's the second one. Now let's move on to the third one. Alright, now the third exercise I do is octave slurs. Nothing hard. Start on. Let me show it to you. So you can write this down again if you like. You start on the low C, an octave to the B. No, low C up an octave to the C, then down to the B below the C, down to the B below the staff. You see how it's written. You play it just like it's written. So that's octave exercise number 1, and then you'll see octave exercise number 2. Right, and then if you want to try to follow these rules that I have in here a little bit, it's a good idea. Let me read them to you. But again, you can stop the camera, but once you hear this, you don't need to read the music to do this. You know what it sounds like. So, tongue the first note of each drill only. So octave drill 1, you tongue the first note. Drill 2, you tongue the first note. Everything else is slurred. Taking as much air as needed to try to play the whole thing, like drill 1, all one breath. Same thing with drill 2, and try to get a clean sound as possible. Alright, so let's play this so you see how I'm playing it. We'll start in drill octave 1, drill 1 on the C. And that's it. That's drill 1. Try to get as clean as you can. And again, you're not using much pressure at all. Just getting everything playing, the air playing, everything going right. So drill number 2. Start on low F sharp. Alright, so you shouldn't have no trouble getting through that in one breath. If you do, you're probably just playing it too loud. So try to play it a little softer. Alright, so that's the warm-up number 3. To get everything engaged, get everything playing. Alright, let's go on to number 4. Warm-up number 4. The harmonics. Again, it's on page, let's see, 16, 17, page 17 in my book. If you don't have the book, again, you can go to have a harmonic study in my exercises that I teach. Just go to Ralph Davella and put in the harmonics. So let me show them to you. We're playing all the positions on the trumpet, and we're playing up to the high C only, not above that. And if you're struggling to get up to the high C, don't even go up to the high C. Go to the G or the B flat, whatever you want. So you play each position of the harmonics all the ways to 1, 2, and 3. All right. Let me play we'll just play like one of these. Alright, then I like to do it all the way up and come back down. By the way, I know in the book it's just written up, but when I'm warming up, I go up and I like to come back down the harmonics. And then you go to, to the second finger, then you play the first, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. And you get all the harmonics in, and all the notes on the trumpet. Okay, number 5, we're going to do the harmonics again, except with a glissando. We're going to start open G, and then we're going to go down to the C, glissando up to the high C, and back down to the C. Alright, we're going to do that in all 7 positions. Alright, so you do that in all the positions. That gets everything going. That gets the ear going, and the tongue going, lips going, everything. So when you're doing that and you're playing from the C and you're glissandoing up to the high C, make sure you're supporting with the ear, and make sure your stomach is hard, is firm, and is actually coming up. You're pushing. You have solid ear base up to the high C, and think of that raising as you're going to the high C, and then lowering back down as you come down. Although maybe you're not really letting your stomach go, but it's that idea, and that's combined with the tongue. The tongue raises a little bit as you're going up, and lowers back down a little bit as you're going down, but very little. So the tongue, the people over raise the tongue when they start learning that way of playing, to play up higher. And I even write in my book about, thinking of the E, up there, so your tongue is a little raised, but don't overdo it, and it's more support of the ear than the raising of the tongue. All right, so that's a good exercise to get your flexibility going. Next one. All right, so the sixth one is, I guess, final one. I mean, you can always do other stuff if you want, but for me, this does it all. I'm not tired when I ready to play. I feel great. I feel like I can play all night if you warm up properly. And the last one is we want to get the tongue engaged a little bit. So we do a 6-note exercise. This is based off the 6 notes. It's a tongue and 6-note warm up. So let me show you this again. I have this on my YouTube channel. You go to the 6-note tonguing exercise. There it is. Again, you can stop the camera and write it down, or you can stop the camera and play along with it. I guess we'll play it. Why not? All right. You can do this with staccato, legato, tongue. However you could do it either way. You could do it both ways, but let's just do it now and see how it plays. Oh yeah, also important. You'll see a 4-beat rest before you start this, and then you'll see a 2-beat rest and a 3-beat rest. Make sure you count the rest in, because that helps synchronize everything. Your trumpet and the way you're playing it, and your lips and everything, your embouchure. Helps keep, you want to synchronize everything. If you're out of sync, you'll struggle for that night playing. This is a help. 1, 2, 3, 4, and okay, and that's it. So that's my warm up. Now this also has some fingering involved. If you want to warm up the fingers a little bit more, yeah, you could play some clock book first, second, or third exercise a little bit. That will never hurt you. Don't play it too high. And very important, getting yourself warmed up properly, because like I say, if the lips and everything in your body and is not synchronized, you're going to struggle all night playing. If you can get everything warm and feeling good and vibrant, and everything, the timing together. Sometimes you don't realize how the timing is important. Even in the warm-up, you'll probably be able to play the whole night and sound better and better actually as the night goes on. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is how I warm up, and maybe you'll like to give it a try yourself. Alright, thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.